happy Saturday, and welcome. Thanks for hanging out. If we haven't met, I am the Sports Judge. Make sure you like and follow me on TikTok if you're watching this on TikTok. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. After what we witnessed on Thanksgiving Day, it was evident that a firing would take place. The Bears actually did it. Finally, they came to the realization that now would be the time to pull the trigger. For the first time, the organization has fired its head coach during the regular season. They fired Matt Eberflus one day after a series of mental lapses in a disastrous final 30 seconds. The Bears could have done this on Thursday, but chose, after getting embarrassed on national TV, to bring even more humiliation on the franchise by trotting out Eberflus to do his press conference a day after and then canning him just over 2 hours later. After what we witnessed in the final 30 seconds of that game, the writing was clearly on the wall. There's no way you come back from that. There was no chance he was lasting another week in Chicago. With 36 seconds on the clock and a timeout in his pocket, the Bears would have had enough time to stop the clock, at least get a playoff, and then spike the ball before the clock hit zeros. 32 seconds and no one, not even the coaches, used their last time out. That was absurd. And it not only cost the Bears, but it cost Matt Eberflus his job. And then, of course, Eberflus defended his decision in his post-game presser, saying, "I like what we did there. I think we handled it the right way." What? Like, do you ever listen to yourself? The fact that he said some of the weirdest and most comical stuff during his pressers, making him look like an idiot, should have gotten him fired a long time ago. The end of that game on Thursday was the last straw. You look at what happened over the past 6 weeks, it's been an absolute disaster in Chicago. The Hail Mary. They gave up a last-second Hail Mary touchdown to lose to the Commanders. The following week, then they come back the following week and lose to the Packers off a blocked field goal. 2 games right there that were winnable games if not for the late game blunders. The next week, they give up a last-second 53-yard rushing touchdown to the Arizona Cardinals in the first half and only scored 9 points in the game. Then the next week comes versus the New England Patriots, and they only scored 3 points. And the next week, they lose to the Vikings. The losses have piled up, but it can't get any worse than the Lions game with how the game ended with horrible clock management. And with Eberflus, it was excuse after excuse after excuse, week in and week out. You had to get tired of it. And after he would give a weak-ass explanation every week for why he did this in his own defense, the same things just tend to repeat. If you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, the mistake isn't the problem. You are. You are the problem. Accountability always starts with the coach. To double down and not take accountability shows me you were not equipped to be a leader. This is something you never do. You never publicly blame your players or throw them under the bus. That's the coach's responsibility to manage the clock and the game and put a rookie quarterback in position to succeed. So don't be hard on Caleb Williams. Don't put this on him. This is year 1. I could cut him some slack. That's not the rookie's responsibility to manage the clock. Now, maybe if you're a veteran quarterback like Russell Wilson, just throwing a name out there, then yeah, I'm going to be like, what are you doing not calling a timeout? This was not a first-year head coach. Eberflus has been around long enough to know what he shouldn't do as a head coach and what he could do better. To not call a timeout with one in your pocket tells me you are clueless, brainless, and don't know what the hell you're doing. And to defend it not only makes you look bad, but it cost you your job and left the Bears no choice but to part ways with you. So now you're out of a job. You'll lose the locker room if you don't fire him. I think Eberflus had already lost the locker room anyway, so it really didn't matter. All right, everyone, this will wrap it up. Thanks, as always, for taking the time out of your day to check out the content. Appreciate you. See you guys next time.